Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick career reading. This is going to be quite a quick one, not long. So meditate 1, 2 or 3. Which one will it be for you? So I'm going to start with 1. But yeah, pause the video if you want to meditate on it for a bit. You can even lay the cards out if you have cards and see where the cards are suggesting you go as well. 1, 2 or 3. Let's go. So this is your career reading. Okay, creator. Show me pile 1, career. Love. So they say you have to do something you love. You have to do something you love. See what arrow shows up, and then we ask the creator, show us in the arrows what would be this person's career, the best, highest and best career. And then we see how quickly the arrow is aligning, and that will also maybe say a little bit about timing or how easy it will be to bring forward. Okay, show us creator. Show us pile 1 in highest and best way with grace and ease. The bottom is 6 of Cups, so again something that you love, where you'll have a lot of happiness and it will be very fun. We get the High Priestess, so that's a 2 and it's a major. So the Devil here is the weakest card because the Devil he wants to control, but when it's a 6, and it's the 6 in numerology, 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 likes to be in charge. It's not negative. It's just someone who likes to be manager, wants to be boss, wants to be parenting, like they want to be in charge. But when it's major arcana card, it weakens because the major arcana, it has no control. So it has to only use fear. So, but it has no real power, so it's an illusion. So what they're saying is you need to really trust your instincts, because maybe someone's giving you some bad advice in career, okay? Or maybe you bought into something that you didn't really want to do. So it's very important for pile 1 here to do what you love. And what you're going to love doing is also attuned to you spiritually. It's a spiritual alignment actually. And I feel like you're going to work with people or people you're very, very close to. So you're either going to have very, very close relationship to your colleagues, so you're going to be able to help people, and it's a spiritual aspect to this job. You're going to be able to help people, and it's going to make you feel really, really good. You get Hanged Man. Technically now we have an arrow because we have 2 court card and cups. So it's working with helping people in some way or the other, and helping people feel loved and feel appreciated. But I want to just see a little bit more, because now we're getting Hanged Man, which is someone who's very, very good at psychology. So it could be if you're not a psychologist, it certainly has an element of psychology in what you're doing. Now we got the second number 6, and it is someone who is very charitable, who gives a lot of their personality. So with the job you're going to be in, you're going to give a lot of yourself in your personality. And the alignment could basically just be the minor arcana cards with the Devil. We take out the other arcana cards and the 6. So then you can see straight away, it's like you have to leave the fear behind. So it's maybe something you have talked yourself out of. But they're saying you can do this because this will develop both your virtues, your spirituality, you have a very charitable heart, and you're going to love it, okay? And it will be supportive because it's Pentacles. You will earn money doing it. Then we're getting a 4 of Cups. They want you to be a little bit out of the adrenaline and a little bit more into the flow. Because when you're in adrenaline, that could be the Devil as well, like the fear. Page of Wands, she's usually she's kind of also running on adrenaline a lot of times. Try and come out of adrenaline and sit with your guides for a little bit. Because you'll find your place in the world and they want to bring it to you. It's something that will give you a lot of joy, and it will connect you to people all over the world for a lot of you as well. So now we got double 3 with a page. So all we need now is a sword. We get another 1, so then again it has to do with a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of adrenaline here in this reading. And then we get 10 of Swords. Okay, so you might have to grieve a little bit something that happened in the past with another job, for example. Like it could be like you have to leave another job behind. that you'll have to let go of what you thought you were going to be doing. You might have to reinvent yourself. There is a lot of progress and fun and joy and enjoyment in the job you're going to be doing, even though I got 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is basically, it's a call out also from ancestors that you have opportunities that they never had. But it's a spiritual aspect to this job. It's actually a very spiritual job. So you're going to be, and it's a public role as well. So you will be public in some way. Some of you will do a lot of talking. Some of you will work as therapists, healers. Some of you will be, some of you will work bringing people together as in kind of therapy to help them understand themselves. But for a lot of you, it will be spiritual teacher actually. Some of you will work as psychics, because we got the High Priestess. Some of you will shift the energy to help work on the group consciousness of where you're living to shift, so it's not so fear-based. And you do that in whatever role you're going to be in. But for a lot of you, it's going to be a lot of writing, a lot of talking, a lot of public speaking for some even. So that's part of it. Now let's see, what is the role most likely going to be? Let's see if we can pinpoint it. What is the role and career description for a lot of people in pile 1? Let's see here. Magician. So you're going to be most likely for a lot of people here working on your own ideas, developing your own products, doing a lot of public speaking. It's going to be sales and inventions. Okay, you're going to invent something, you're going to be selling, you're going to be talking, you're going to be writing. You have some kind of understanding that makes you very skilled. So you'll be able to sell whatever it is. But it's a public role. So for a lot of people, if you have some talent in selling, maybe you haven't discovered it yet, but you do, okay? And you have the mind of an inventor. Okay, so what are the person going to sell? Okay, so we got, it has something, for a lot of you, it could be the beauty industry, because we got the Lover's Reverse. It could be the beauty industry. We got it could be health related, healthcare products or supplements and healing products. It could be, for some of you are healers. Some of you could be therapists helping people heal from relationships. But for a lot of you, I feel like you're going to communicate something very specific. Okay, 2 or 1. And some are purely intellectual ideas, books, inventions. Again, there's inventions in 2 or 1s as well. 8 of Pentacles. So you're gonna, most of you are gonna work for knowledge. So if you have been in a role you don't like, it could be part of your initiation to work for knowledge. So you have all the skills that you need. Some of you could also become teachers as well. So Page of Cups to me is someone who could be very, very gifted in astrology. So for some of you, you'll be astrologers. Some of you, this is Page of Wands, will be very, very good at social media, and you're going to run social media channels. This is I think this is Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is anniversaries, it's weddings, it's when there's big events. So for some of you, you'll do events. 9 of Pentacles is business owner. Again, it's like everything you worked on for a long time, suddenly you have what everyone else will think you have overnight success. Magician again, so you're going to just suddenly understand how to sell what it is that you believe in. So whatever it is that you do, you're going to be able to sell it. It's like you have an aha moment. Queen of Cups, for a lot of you, it's going to be psychic work. And for some of you, it will also be fitness. You get 9 of Wands, so it could be very competitive. You get Judgment, which is for some art. It could be even being an art collector for some. And for some, even politics. That's for some of you will become politicians. That's for some, but that's only for a few. And spiritual teacher, Queen of Wands. So there's quite a few things in this group, but the main group is that you got Magician twice, so you're going to be able to speak about it to excite the people around you. They get excited, and you be able to sell it. and you'll be able to be prosperous in your life. And we got 2 queens, and that means that you've done this before. This is something that you have in your subconscious, a very strong understanding of. It just needs to be unlocked. You also got a king with a 1, which means that you'll be able to take this to the next level. Basically, you have the ambition there. You got double page, which means people are very interested in hearing about what you're saying. But you don't even speak about it as much as you could. You could speak about it even more. So you could be very secretive about what you're doing as well, which maybe make people even more curious. There's a bit of a secrecy around what you're doing as well. We got, let's see, actually, you got double 1 with king, so that means you'll be successful because you're quite ambitious about this as well. And you got double 2 with cups, so this will bring you all the relationships. So you got quite a lot of court cards, so you're going to be working with quite a lot of people, and you're connected to your soul family in this here. So lots of soul family here. We got King of Cups, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Knight of Wands, and Queen of Wands. All those court cards with cups and 2. We got the 2 here and we got a 2 here. 2 in Judgment, 2 in 2 of Wands. Means the relationships will be very, very strong. And you most likely have a soulmate in here as well. So if you're single, part of why we got 10 of Swords, and also we get Lovers reversed, maybe there's been some difficulties in relationship. But the Magician shows up here saying there is someone who will be there for you fully in your life, and maybe that person is already there and you're healing this relationship. But this is a strong personality because the Judgment is kind of blowing the horn towards Knight of Wands. So this is actually your soulmate here, Knight of Wands. So that's for all your singles. If you're wondering, your soulmate is showing up here as Knight of Wands, and it's, you most likely have a shared purpose, and some of you could even meet on the social media as well. So there is a shared purpose here with the soulmate. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and let's get started on the second one. Bye. Okay, pile 2. Let's start with the dice. Travel. Okay, so that can mean your career will involve travel. We'll find out more in the card. I'm using the arrow alignment, so we'll see if it aligns quickly. If it aligns really quickly, it means whatever needs to be resolved in your career will resolve quickly. We will see twists and turns. We will see if you will have a new career path. We'll see where your talents are and what you are inclined to have great success in, and where you'll have a lot of success. Okay, let's see. Show me creator, show me for part 2. Okay. At the bottom is Knight of Cups, so that can mean business trips. It can mean business trips that have a lot of perks. So it can be like really enjoyable trips that are work related. So we get Nine of Cups. It can mean that you already enjoy what you're doing, that you found a niche where you really enjoy, but it is a 9 and all the 9s are also the highest numbers. It can also mean that there's a little bit of stagnation and something new needs to happen as well, which is also why we get the Rainbow Bridge. Some of you will have a change of career, but for a lot of you, you enjoy where you're at, but there might be part of it that you don't like. So it's like you enjoy it, but then there's some parts you don't like. And maybe what you want is some new experiences. Many of you are teacher types. You need to be more front and center. You need to be more... you need to develop your own products. For a lot of you, you want to be your own business owner. Queen of Wands like to be the one who's in front of the crowd and who leads the pack, you could say. And Six of Swords, again, it is travel involved. Sometimes Six of Swords can mean there's going to be a lot of online communication, but it can also mean that you're going to go on a lot of seminars. Ace of Cups speak of that it is a spiritual aspect to this job. Sometimes Ace of Cups also speak of hospitality as well. So it could be a very hospital type career, but it can also mean that you're going to connect to people that are very different from you as well. Then we get 5 of Pentacles. So now we have all minor arcana cards. So maybe you feel a little bit outside of where you want to be. Maybe you also feel like it's not giving you the financial rewards that you need. Then we get the first major arcana card, and it's Justice. That means that for a lot of you, you're so perfectionistic that if you just do a little bit of a mistake, you could judge yourself too harshly, which is also why we got 5 of Pentacles. So maybe like you're your own worst critics, that can be the case. But for some of you, you're going to actually work as lawyers in the legal world. Some of you will be also in fitness, because Justice also means being incredibly obsessed with body image and things like that, and adapting to a really like extreme lifestyle. Ace of Pentacles. Now we got 2 aces, so that means you most likely will have a lot of support doing this career, and we just want a few more cards to get this alignment. We're getting a 7. That means that it has something to do with the online. There's a lot of things to choose from, so it could be that you also have a few different directions that you want to go in. And now we're getting a 4, which aligns really well with the Queen. So I think for a lot of you, you're going to build on what you already are doing. And now we're getting a 9 again. So the alignment is 9 with Justice. So many of you could work in with people, protecting people in one way or the other. And there's a humanitarian aspect to your role, and that humanitarian aspect has a little bit to do with the 5 of Pentacles. So even if you are not social worker, you're still taking care of people, even if your role is in business, for example. It's just the nature of when 5 of Pentacles shows up in a career reading, it's almost always that the person is looking after people in one way or the other. Maybe you are someone who takes care of people in the workplace. But you're going to build on a lot of what you're doing. So it's not going to be a complete change. It's something you already are doing. There's going to be more travel involved as well. So let me have a look in the dices. Let us see if we can pick exactly what sort of career it is. Show us, Creator. This is 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles again can speak of a business. Sometimes it's a family-owned business that you work in, or it's a business that is like a family. So it could be a family-owned business, and everyone who works in it becomes like family. So it can be old money. Usually 10 of Pentacles speak of old money invested in this business. It's something that's been going for a while. So it looks like it can sometimes also mean property and development of businesses as well. So it could be property and business development. What else? Show us, Creator. So 5 of Wands means it's quite a competitive business. It's something where you kind of have to perform quite a lot in the business. So it could be a bit of a high pressure job. Get the Star. So it's like standing out, having to stand out, and it has an aspect of needing a lot of online attention, needing a lot of advertisement going in, and also social media. So there is definitely a media aspect of this job as well. Okay, show us more, Creator. 2 of Swords can mean there's a science aspect also. For some of you, you'll be scientists. That's for some. And 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands can mean teacher. 7 of Wands reverse can mean that there's a lot of customers and a lot of demand, and it's almost impossible to keep up with the demand. That's the meaning if it's in business. Okay, what else? There's a lot of pressure probably on the person to there could be a little bit of that aspect of having to perform. And there's a lot of pressure on the person who could feel like the demand it can be a bit overwhelming. And then we get 10 of Wands, which shows up when someone has a lot on their shoulders, actually. But there's a spiritual aspect to this as well. And if you start praying around your career, 7 of Wands will go upright. And then you will have more balance in and flow in your career. 3 of Cups reverse. 3 of Cups reverse can mean that there's something going on with the people you work with, that maybe you don't trust them completely. And maybe that's also why you're asking about career. Is it, should I stay or should I go? Maybe you will go to another branch or travel and do it somewhere else, or do the same thing but with another company, or just have a break for a while, because 3 of Cups can mean there's a bit of a toxic environment. Then we get Temperance, which Temperance is a really positive card. It often speaks of management. It speaks of managing companies, but doing it really in a way that bridges different things together. As you can see, there's 2 opposites working together, and they create something really wholesome. So it could also be business partnerships as well, working with other businesses and do collaborations. And then we get Page of Cups reverse. Page of Cups reverse can mean that someone needs to, again, is always performing, always having to show a portfolio of some kind. And it could be, because it's reversed, that it becomes really stressful having to deal with the constant having to showcase what you can do. And then we get 2 of Cups. So that means it is friendships developing in this job. And for some, maybe you'll also find a partner in this job. Maybe you are meeting someone in your job as well. Then we get 4 of Pentacles reversed. 4 of Pentacles reversed shows up when the person is thinking, is this what I wanted to do when I was growing up? Am I living my dream life, or am I just working for the dollar? That's what it means. So maybe some of you are asking, is this as good as it gets? Should I do something else? So let's see. We get 7 of Cups, and we got double 7 with a 10. So that means this job, there's something in this job that's answering your prayer. So there must be an opportunity coming for you in this role. It's like an answer to your prayer. Hierophant. So Hierophant speak of it was a little bit sideways like this. So that can mean that maybe there's part of the job that you really love and part of it that you don't like at all. Maybe you feel like it's a little bit of uncertainty around where the company you work for is going. If you can trust them, if it's ethical, what they're doing, things like that. Maybe it's there's some toxic people in this role that you're in now, with the people you work with. But there's also friendships as well. In fact, you get double 2, but then you get Page of Cups reversed. So again, it could be that you feel maybe that this role you're in maybe also take a toll on your personal relationship, and that's also maybe why Hierophant is reversed. But the alignment is really that we got 2 10s. 2 10s can speak of a public role, that you have to stand in front of people sometimes. And then you got double 7. You could do a lot of other people's jobs for them, that you pick up other people's jobs, and then you're asking, should I go somewhere else? Why am I doing everybody's job for them? And so maybe there's someone there that isn't really always doing their job as well as you wish they could have. That kind of thing. There's also 3 5s, and 3 5s shows up when people feel a little bit stuck, because 5 in the numerology grid is the only number that's not connected to the universe. It's kind of stuck between all the other numbers, and the only thing that can liberate the 5 in the tarot is the Knights. So when the Knights show up, you know that it's like a door opening and you can kind of escape. But because the Knights didn't show up, maybe you feel a bit stuck there. But remember when we did the cards, the Knights, there was a Knight there and there was travel as well. So manifest an opportunity for you to have more freedom in your career. That will really help you. So it could be that you can take all of your expertise and go into a role that offers you a lot of freedom. Also have soul family in the job that you're going to be in the highest and best way with grace and ease. 2 court card and 2, but this is reversed. So it could be that maybe you have very high expectations of someone, or someone has very high expectations of you, because again, Page of Cups, when it's reversed, it's someone who feel like they have to always showcase what they can do. Maybe that you need to have a more of a belief that you're enough and you don't have to prove yourself all the time, and that will also help you in your career and in your personal relationships as well. So okay guys, I hope that really helped you, and let me know how you're going. Bye! So show us, Creator, in the highest and best way for pile 3. So I got travel reversed, so that can mean that you're meant to stay where you are now, especially in the location you're at. And I also got a vision of opening up the crown. So their message is coming for you intuitively, and they want you to not be so distracted, and they want you to see those messages, the specific messages coming for you. You're going to be very open to receive these messages. They're opening up your crown at the moment, so that you will be able to be like an antenna, hearing and understanding the Creator wall, and you will get guided in a very clear way from now on and in. Okay, Creator, show us pile 3. The bottom is 7 of Cups, so some of you could have been searching a lot online for answers as well. So 6 of Swords means, because we got travel reversed, it could be that if you are traveling, it could be some kind of hiccup on the journey. Maybe it is some problems or some delay. Let's just say it could be a delay. It can also mean that you're gonna network online, and some of you could be working online. We get 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups can mean a counselor role. You could be counseling people, guiding people. There's also a deep friendship, and you could go into business partnership with someone. Some of you could also be working with your partner. Moon speak of creativity, but it also is the detective. So it could be that you are a detective using your creative mind, and you're doing a lot of research. And for a lot of you, you're also artists as well. Then we're getting the Tower. So for people in this pile, you could be some kind of detective. You could be, some of you could even be working in some kind of investigating role that bring out some shocking truths about what's going to happen or what is happening. Some of you could work in an environment that is actually almost a little bit dangerous as well. Actually, also with the Moon, it can mean there's an element of danger in what you're doing. And it could also mean that certain things that maybe you expected to be there, is breaking down. So for a lot of you, you're gonna have to think about things in a completely different way. And now we already have an alignment with the Moon. So the Moon, so the Hanged Man is the 3rd major arcana card, and then the Moon, which is a 9, becomes the alignment. And the weakest card becomes 6 of Swords. So the travel card becomes the weakest card. The strongest card is the Moon. So the Moon is a 9, so that means that something has come to a peak almost, and it could come down. So it could be that maybe there were opportunities that were there that are no longer there, and now there's kind of like a wait. So for some of you, you're gonna have to work out your own role. Some of you will create a job for yourself actually and be self-employed. The Moon can sometimes speak of affiliated marketing and passive income, and it could be that your niche is actually the Tower. So it could be for some of you, you're going to help people that are really struggling. I'm going to do one more, and it's the Star. So it's basically helping creating a better future, and it is using technology to get through these difficult times that we are going into, and also guiding people and helping people feel that they actually can cope. But I feel like for a lot of people in this pile, you're gonna create your job. You are gonna make the job. And it could be an artistic career, it can be an investigating career, it can be journalism, it's using technology, but it's very humanitarian and it is helping people cope in whatever area it is. So let's look in the dice as what field it is, or what actually that job is. Let's find out. So Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups means, again, it can be an artistic career, it can be music, it can be writing a book. For some of you, you're going to write a book, so you could sell your art. And Three of Cups, so it could be that you're going to be entertaining people at events. Some of you, if you're musicians, you're gonna basically do gigs. Some of you could be stand-up comedians, even storytellers. You could do public readings. You could do anything to do with entertainment in front of people is what you're good at in pile 3. Then we're getting 7 of Wands, and for a lot of people it could be two things. It could be that you are working in your creative field, but you're also teaching it as well. And then we're getting King of Pentacles. So you can make a lot of money doing this. King of Pentacles basically speak that you mastered the material world and you can make a lot of money in any field, and in any industry, in any kind of niche you can make money. So whatever niche is your talent, that's where you'll make money. And then we get Magician, so you know how to sell, you know how to win. You will win at whatever you put your mind to. You'll be the best one. For some of you, you're just very good at communicating. You're very good at communication. Then we get the World, and you could end up getting worldwide attention for this. This could become like a worldwide phenomenon, what you're doing. And the Queen of Cups, so here you get the sensitive side. So again, it's storytelling. For many of you, you'll be writers actually. You'll be amazing writers in this pile here. It could be songwriting, but it can also be book writing as well. 7 of Pentacles reversed. 7 of Pentacles reversed can show up when people are a little bit worried that they're going to run out of resources. So it could be that maybe you feel like where you expected there to be money, there you find out there's no money. So this is where you'll have to create your own luck, basically, is what it means. So you get 5 of Swords. So again, it could be that you have to be wise in your investments in this pile. So it could mean that you make quick money and then maybe it's kind of slips through your fingers. So just be careful that you don't waste the money that when you make it. Make some really wise and good investments. Get Empress, which again has to do with being really clever and really smart. So be very, very smart with your money in this pile. There is an opportunity to see and understand a niche better than anybody else. And for some of you, you're also going to work in the beauty industry, because that's what the Empress mean. The Empress can also mean being very, very good at programming. So it can be, for some of you, you're going to become programmers. That's for some of you. So you can be very creative in making programs. So this is 6 of Pentacles. It's a little bit reversed. It could be that for some of you, you feel like maybe you didn't have very good teachers. Maybe you didn't have good leaders, and you wish you could stand on the shoulder of giants, but those giants just weren't there. They were midgets instead of giants. So you have to maybe go a little bit into your past and heal where you feel like you've had poor leadership or poor examples, and heal that in your life, because those poor examples taught you what not to do rather than what to do. And now we get 10 of Cups reversed. 10 of Cups reversed shows up when you want something to be perfect, but it basically, the lesson is to accept things also when it's not completely perfect, and learn from it and build on it and work on it, rather than it having to be perfect all the time, because that becomes such an exhausting experience for the seeker, that you just allow things to be what it is and improve on it, rather than strive for perfection to the point where you exhaust yourself completely. So people in this pile could have had adrenal problems, and that's basically exhaustion from wanting to have full control to the point where they exhaust themselves. Trying to make things perfect rather than trust that things will work out. Okay, now we're getting Four of Cups. Four of Cups can mean that you want people to be a bit more excited about the things that you care about. But remember what I said when I threw the dice, you need to open up, or they are opening you up. So it's not even that you need to open up, you are being put in a situation now where things are going to be very, very quiet. And you might not understand why it's quiet, but it is because they want to communicate to you something, and that's just a high level spirit guide wants to communicate a very specific message. You got double 7, which is the alignment, with 10 of Cups. So it means that when you pray, ask the Creator to help you ask the better questions, because you could have not feel like you get the answers because the questions are wrong. So I'm turning it all up now, because the question or the answer they want to give you, you haven't asked the question yet, and they want you to ask that question. You get 333 with so there's with 1 sword. So you're a problem solver, and you're someone who communicate and want to help dissolve conflicts. But when we don't get the pages, it's almost like the seeker feels like no one cares what they have to say. And that's a belief and program that you can change, so that you know that people do listen to you. Even if you feel like they're there. But ask the Creator to help you with how you communicate it, because you have something really interesting, and people, once they understand what that is, then they will all understand. But it's almost like you're a bit ahead of your time. That's what it is. You're ahead of your time in what you're creating. What you are creating and what you are showing people, you are ahead of your time in this area. And I don't know how far ahead are you? Let's have a look in the cards. You're a bit ahead of, I don't know, are you months or years ahead of time? When will people catch up? Show me, Creator. So you are about in a few weeks time. It doesn't have to be longer than that. I think it will be maybe 2 months. People will have caught up with where you are now. But there's some understanding that you have with what you're trying to communicate that hasn't sunk in very well yet on a global scale. So I'm going to do another timing for you just to have a look. So if you've been struggling with getting a message out there, give it a couple of months and there will be a major shift, I feel. So let's find out more. For pile 3. Yeah, so within 2 months, so now we got the first page, there is a shift in the consciousness. And within 3 months, this alignment is actually already made. So there's an alignment with communication that is going to be completed in 2 months' time. In 3 months' time, it's something to do that's very heartfelt, that's very raw. And it basically has to do with something that needs to heal around the heart. It could be grief, something that maybe is very shocking, very difficult for people to understand. Maybe they just don't want to hear it, maybe they don't want to listen to it. It's definitely something to do with their psychology, but it's aligning up really well in the next 2 months. But we got even more confirmation with the 3rd card. That's a perfect alignment with this. So what you're communicating in 2 months' time, within 2 months' time, people will hear it. At the moment, they're not ready. They just can't deal with it right now. I hope that made sense, pile 3, and let me know how you're going. Bye.